What is going on, guys? Today we have another Prime Moment review, and it is Deco. Obviously they did release a hell of a lot of Prime Moments, and I believe it is the last kind of installment of these moments. We have missed out on a few like Skulls. I just know him one off the top of my head. Obviously there is some of the higher rated ones which we won't go into, but there is some lower ones as well that haven't been released. So I'm a bit shocked that they didn't release every single one, even the lower ones. Like, I'd quite like to have Skulls, even though, to be honest, he isn't the greatest. We already did a review on him. He isn't the greatest player in general, but he still has that emotional value for me. Obviously, being a Man U fan, I really wanted to be able to even have the chance of getting Skulls. I could imagine he wouldn't have been a mega expensive one. I'd have probably put him in the same rank of Deco in the sort of SBC kind of price range. But hey ho, we've got Deco. So SBC, what we're saying, 610k on the Xbox at this moment in time, 580 on the PlayStation. Personally, Prime Moments at the moment are just a no-go for me. Prices are absolutely up the rocket. It is inflated to hell. Obviously, everyone is looking at doing all of these Prime icons, all these Prime Moments. So 84s, 85, 86s, all of them are all really, really high. I think I sold Cavani at around about 68k today. So for me, that is very expensive for an 89 rated player. So you can tell everyone is looking at them R9s, them Dinos. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen with them, if they're going to release the Prime Moments. We're still speculating. Obviously, depending on when this video comes out, there may be an update. But at the moment in time, I think I wouldn't touch these Prime Moments in any of them, because the prices are stupid at the minute. So you want to wait for that market crash. You want to wait for a new promo if a promo comes out before Team of the Season, or you want to wait till Team of the Season. Personally, untradables, fair enough, to be honest. They're untradeable. That's something I could get behind. But any tradable cards, I'm personally just flipping them over, going straight out the club, because there's no SBCs at the minute that I'm thinking, you know what, I want to do that, because Team of the Season will be out, and that is going to be the force of everybody's team, and it's going to be incredible. So, big side note there. Let's get on to the SBC. Like I said, 610 on the Xbox, 580 at the moment on the PlayStation. 7 segments. Obviously, you've got your first 3, you've got your bronze, you've got your silver, and you've got your 2 informs in the gold team. Overall, this SBC requires 7 informs in total. They're all on the lower SBCs as well, bar from obviously the 85 that requires 1. The 83 and the 84 rated squad you need to do requires 2, and then the 86 squad requires none, and only 65 chem, which is actually quite nice. So, very bog standard SBC, very easy to do. Nothing really too tasking with that. The 83, 84 and 85 informs are relatively cheap. Personally, my guidance would be to go for the informs that are actually in Team of the Week at the minute. That seems to be the easiest way, as obviously the prices are constantly going down and they're not out of packs. So there's a constant flow of what's it, not demand, the supply. That's what I'm looking for. Supply, demand, yeah. So there's constant supply of them, so relatively easy. You get a roundabout, 100, 180, about the same as Perez, about 220 to 230k worth of packs back. So you're getting a third of the packs compared to what the actual price is on the Xbox. To me, that's fair enough, to be honest. There's not a lot going on in the SBCs. You're not giving up 88 squads, 87 squads, 89 squads. So that for me is perfectly reasonable. Then we move on to the basic information, and before I do that, make sure you like this video if you have enjoyed. I love doing this content and the likes are absolutely fantastic. And if you are new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are doing everyone. I'm really putting a task on to get reviews, so there's the plug. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get into his basic information. So 4-star skiller, 3-star weak foot, 5'9", right-footed, medium defensive work rate, and a high attacking work rate. Overall on this card, looking at him, the high attacking work rate's good. I think he's more of an attacking player than he is defensive, obviously shown by his stats, the fact that he has 82 shooting and only 52 defending. So for me, I daren't say go in a cam. I don't know if he really would make too much of a difference, but I have got some chemistry styles that could help sway your decision on where you want to put him. But first we'll go into the attributes, we'll then look at the chemistry styles, we'll then look at what's good, what's bad about him, we'll go for is he worth it, and then the overall on the player review, so stay tuned. Pace, 85. 88 acceleration, 83 sprint speed, good enough. Centre mid, I'm quite happy with 88 pace. That's actually a little 85 pace, sorry. That for me is good enough. Realistically, centre mids, I'd be happy with any low 80s really. Anything above that is fantastic. I think obviously with the chemistry styles, you can whack a 10 on them with a Catalyst, Hunter or Shadow. So that is something you've got to bear in mind. Then we look at the dribbling on this card. He has 89 agility, 87 balance, 88 reactions, 96 ball control, and 91 dribbling and composure. So the card is fantastic with the ball at his feet. Really, really happy with that. I think I really caught the last end of his career going with Chelsea. So for me, I didn't really see the perfect highlight of Deco's career, but I have watched clips. I've seen a lot of these icons in YouTube videos, in clips, in game highlights. So I do recognise the absolute skill that he did have on the ball and off the ball. So that is something nice to see on his dribbling. His passing by no means is the top rated stat on this card. 96 vision, 98 short pass with 95 long pass. That is a crucial element to this card. Absolutely fantastic at passing the ball. 86 cross and 88 free kick accuracy, and then an also 87 curve. And to help all of that in the centre mid role, he has 91 stamina. That is something that is absolute class. He keeps running all game long, which is fantastic. 87 positioning, 84 shot power, 88 long shots, 78 finishing. So for me, this card is one step away from being that top rated cam centre mid role. I wouldn't say CDM. I don't think he's a CDM player. I personally would go either centre mid or cam, and there's different chemistry styles that I'd like to put in and try out with you. So if you wanted to go for the all-out pace option, you've got two options. If you want him in a centre mid, I would personally put Shadow on him just to boost that defence up, so he's got a bit more interceptions, a bit more defence role about him, because his attacking going forward is perfectly fine. I think he's not an out-and-out goal scorer, which obviously is what a centre mid's role isn't as such. He will score every now and then, mainly getting on that the end of the kind of volley / driven shot on the edge of the box. But for me, a centre mid needs to be able to do both, and I think with no chem style that relates to his defence, I think he'll really struggle with that element. Also, you could go anchor. That would get some physicality up. It would drop the pace to 90, which for me is perfectly fine. Obviously, you will still get 60 defence and 76 physicality on it. For me, them options for the centre mid is crucial. You could go with the cam roll and go for more Hunter / Hawk. Obviously, you'd get 95 pace again with the Hunter, and you'd also have 87 shooting. If you was to put the Hawk on him, you get exactly the same shooting, 90 pace like before, and then also 76 physicality. For me, that would be crucial in a cam role for me. The shooting needs to be better if he's pushed as more of an attacking player, as personally my first striker would be, it's normally either Shearer or Ibra or Rashford, depending on who I'm reviewing at that moment in time. So I'm used to having players in that cam role that can score. You look at Coutinho's FUT Birthday is a very, very nice card. You got Douglas Costa has got a really nice cam FUT Birthday card. And there's one more, and Sane's cam card is phenomenal. If you want to be able to put this sort of player in there, you need more, because Sane is cheap enough to go buy him and replace what Deco costs. Obviously, then you don't get the link factor, but that is crucial for me. So I'd say if you want him in a cam role, you might most definitely need to put at least a Hunter or a Hawk on him, or something that gets his shooting up. His dribbling and passing are fine. Leave them alone. They are amazing. Personally, I'd go more with Hawk, just because the pace, for a 90 pace you get, I'm quite happy with that as a cam. I don't think he needs much more. 95 is a little bit of overkill, but obviously it all depends on the playstyle that you want, and the physicality is definitely something really important, as he does lack a bit of strength and aggression, so that is always nice to have up. So what is good, what is bad about this card, and then we'll get into the overall review of if this card is worth it. So for me, pace wise, I'm quite happy with. Very average, doesn't feel too slow. Got beat a couple of times by really quick players, but to be honest, a lot of players will, because they're like 95, 99 plus pace. Then, shooting-wise, I'd say in the role of the basic centre mid was average, was okay. I wouldn't say it's absolutely phenomenal, so it's kind of like that average role where you could get a lot better for your value if you were to whack him for a shooting role as such. Passing and dribbling, absolutely phenomenal. Really good on the ball. Doesn't feel quite massively agile, but definitely keeps the ball close to his feet. Really nice getting round players. And the passing is exquisite. The passing was phenomenal from this card. Inch perfect passes across the pitch, through on goal, passing just to his left, passing just to his right. Really, really nice passer of the ball. Physicality side of it, stamina, perfect. Can't get any better really. Strength-wise, isn't great. Obviously, we normally have, for me, centre mids that are at least 6 foot. Pogba, I do have Seedorf in there, so for me, it would have to be either Seedorf or Deco. I can't have two relatively small centre mids because I already have Casemiro or Kante as a CDM who are quite small as well. I really need that Vieira and Pogba link, and that is someone who I'm really shocked that hasn't got a prime moment, because I'd have really, really liked to see that French duo in that midfield. I thought that would be something absolutely insane. So for me, that's a little bit lacking in my area. Maybe as well 5'9", not winning every header. That could be something crucial in the centre mid role, and that is why I'd possibly urge people to push him up to cam. Even if he's not the most effective player there, I think he'll be more effective than in the centre mid role, just because it all depends on how you play. I play very narrow formation in 4-1-2-1-2. And that requires me to be straight down the middle, up and down. And if a ball's coming over the top of my cam and my strikers, but not going as far as, say, my defenders, I need to make sure that my centre mids are winning them headers at all costs. And that is something that I'm taking a negative on. You obviously can get around that. You could have 3 centre mids or change the formation so he's not quite there. That is always possible. So I'm not saying that literally that is the overall position. He needs to play cam, otherwise he's shit. I'm saying that is the way for my formation, that he just isn't as effective going in that middle role, just because of maybe his height, maybe his strength is not quite there. Passing wise and all on the ground stuff, phenomenal. Really, really nice. So overall rating for him, I'm giving him a 9 out of 10. I think that push to a 10 out of 10 comes with the better physicality, the better strength, the better shooting overall, and possibly some more defensive work as well. It's at the lower end, which again makes me think maybe a cam roll would be a little bit better. Not the greatest of kind of winning the ball back as much. He can intercept. Obviously, that can be more user control rather than AI. So that is something to always bear in mind. Well, is this card worth it or is it not? Well, you're putting 600k into this card. You think realistically, how much can you get that? Well, no, I'm rephrase that. How long will it take you to get another 600k? For me, I would possibly look at doing a higher rated prime moment, looking at maybe a mil, maybe a mil and a half. But I do understand not everyone can make that sort of money very, very quickly. So for me, he's good enough for 600k. I think that's a great price for the SBC. You're definitely getting what the coins are worth. But the question is, is it worth investing 600k into a player that potentially could be obsolete in team of the season? That is always the option. And that is something that I'm kind of touching around really with prime moments, just because I know team of the season's coming and I'm going to need all my coins. I'm realistically trying to hold back on every SBC that I'm doing and really focus on team of the season, as I want to get as many reviews out, and I want to make sure that I can do SBCs if there's a good one or someone that you really want to see. I want to make sure that I can do them. So for me, at this moment in time, hopefully FIFA 20 becomes more enables me to do these and really get into them players. So that's something I'm always working on. Obviously that comes with a lot of costs and a lot of grinding, so stick with me. I will be getting better in the sense of being able to do the more wide variety of players and giving you more content on actually having the players. So that's something I'm always working on. I'm so grateful for all the support that you've given me so far over the past 5-6 months. I think we've gone up over 1,000 subscribers since I've come back. It has been absolutely amazing to see all the support. All I can say is make sure you like this video, as it is incredible to see all that support. Comment down below if you've got any questions, and also if you've got any queries about Deco himself. And then if you are new around here and you've made it this far, thank you very much again for the support. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.